Hi everyone! I'm going to be using one of these acrylic blanks to make a keyring. So I've taken off the front sort of plastic sheet and I have dropped my resin lid in there. So I made this video a couple of weeks ago, so I'm honestly can't actually remember what I've done. So I've watched it through once to remind myself, and I've really enjoyed watching it, so I hope you guys will as well. So I'm using these amazing glitter shapes. This is Halloween themed, so these glitter shapes are a mix of pumpkins, ghosts, witches, skulls, cats, and this first layer is the silver holographic glitter shapes. Now this is what I sell in the Resin Supplies Den group. So if you want to purchase these, pop over to Resin Supplies Den and you'll be able to purchase them from there. I'll also be putting this video in that group, so you'll all wonder, what the hell am I on about popping over to Resin Supplies Den? I'm already there. Brilliant. Nice to see you. So anyway, enough waffling. These are the copper shapes. Now in this video you can't really see that they're holographic, but you'll see later on that they are. So there was all the different varieties: the cat, the pumpkin, the skull, the witch and the ghost. I think there might even be some witches' hats in this one, but I haven't found one yet. Anyway, so layering over here now is we've got the silver on the back and then the copper on the top. So what I'm hoping for here is kind of like a little bit of depth. So rather than putting just a mix of silver and copper together on one layer, I thought I'll layer it. I'll put some silver, then I'll add some copper, and then I'll even do a little mix, which you see here, where I put some of the copper and the silver together. So I'm just looking for something that looks like it's got stuff going all the way through it, rather than just on one layer. It takes longer, obviously, but because I'm working with UV resin, it's not too bad. If I was using, epoxy resin that takes 24 hours or whatever to cure, then yeah, this would be a little bit painful time-wise, doing all these different layers. But there's got to be pain for the art, hasn't there? So you do what you need to do. So this is the last layer going under, and I'm going to take my gloves off just because I want to pick up the black bats. So these are black holographic bats and they're tiny, and if I'd used my gloved hand, they would have got all over my gloves. So hence why I elected to take my gloves off. So I'm just taking the backing off now and putting my gloves back on. Safety. And I am now putting another layer of UV resin down, spreading that out, and then I'll start picking up the bats. Now I'm using the toothpick. I'm putting a tiny little bit of resin on the toothpick and then picking up the bats like that. If I try to pick these up with tweezers or with my fingers, it would just become an absolute nightmare. So tiny little bit of wetness on the toothpick and then dabbing that on the bat, and then that picks it up. It works perfectly. These are a little bit fiddly because they're so small, but they do have great impact because of the holographicness. They are worth it. So I'm hoping with this, the back layer of the bats shines through. Oh, I've got some pink bats as well. The back layer of this, the bats will shine through, and then you'll get that layer of the foils as well. Not the foils, sorry, the glitter shapes. So on one side it will be bats more prominent, and then behind the bats will be the gold. I can't even talk. Will be the glitter shapes, and then if you turn it over, it will be the glitter shapes, and then the bats at the back. Hopefully you know what I mean. So this one I quite struggled with for some reason. They just kept going everywhere. Every time I picked them up, they flung everywhere. So I was telling you earlier that the toothpick's great, but yeah, this back layer, this last layer, they kept just flying everywhere. Because they're bats. Should have known. Okay, bit of a tidy up there. One more layer of UV resin, and then here's me using what I call my potato peeler, which is actually a deburring tool, just to tidy up the edges. And there you go. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. So many layers. Thanks everyone.